my name is Lauren Mendelsohn, the host of Our Strength Within, where I am trying to bring comfort to people who struggle with invisible illnesses like myself. I've invited Ella to come share her story and an insight of what you go through day in and day out. So welcome.
Thank you.
So tell us a little bit more about yourself.
So my name is Ella Colley. I was born and raised in Orlando. Known Lauren our whole lives, basically. We grew up in the same area. I went to UCF as well, and I graduated in 2023.
So with me.
Yeah,
I graduated in May 2023.
Okay, I was in December.
What did you study?
Communications and entrepreneurship. Then I had a little bit of a quarter-life crisis.
Okay.
I didn't know what to do with my life.
Yeah.
So I went to Boston University for 2 days, and then I dropped out because it was too expensive.
Yeah.
And so then I went to FIU in Miami to do a certificate in hospitality and event planning. And so now I'm finally finding what I want to do, and I know that I want to do event planning as a career. Cool. And now I'm just finished grad school, so now I'm just looking for career opportunities, and I'm really excited to kind of get started with my life, I feel
Congratulations.
Thank you.
And so just a little bit more about me is I was diagnosed with epilepsy freshman year of college.
Okay.
And so you're talking about your schooling and everything. So tell us a little bit more about what you're going through.
Yeah.
And then when it all started, kind of your story.
So my story basically goes back to the day that I was born.
Okay.
There wasn't really a set time I can remember this starting. I've had stomach issues my entire life. When I was a baby, I was severely allergic to everything. I was always the kid in class that had to bring my own foods, and I had to bring my own cake to birthday parties. And I kind of just have never known anything differently. And I was never diagnosed with anything concrete. It was just more, she has a bad stomach, she's a Jewish woman. Everyone has bad stomachs. And from there, it kind of got better and kind of tapered off of my food allergies for a while. And then I would say around 16 or 17, so I was probably a sophomore in high school, things started to get pretty bad again. I also went through a very stressful experience in my life, which I think kind of brought that on.
So let me ask you, when you said, hey, you're a Jewish woman, right? Yeah. So explain to people who are not in the Jewish community, kind of why you made that reference.
So if you're an Ashkenazi Jew,
which there's two different types of Jewish people. There's Ashkenazi and Sephardic. And so historically, Ashkenazi Jews from Europe are known to have Crohn's and colitis and stomach issues.
So tend to be allergic to things, and they just kind of pawned it off as something well, that's normal.
Yeah.
But I've always kind of known that what I struggle with is not normal.
Mm-hmm.
And so what I was saying back in high school, that's when everything kind of came up again, and I just noticed every time I would eat, I would just have the worst, be in so much pain. I would bloat up, I would look like I'm pregnant. And I started to get rashes every time I would eat, which usually you would think allergy. So I did a whole allergy testing. And then it came back positive for severe gluten allergy and dairy also. So what do you eat? Nothing. That's the whole thing. My friends make fun of me. They're like, you eat nothing. So I'm off gluten, dairy, potatoes, eggs, just the randomest stuff. Okay. So that's been really hard for me, obviously, mentally, because it's hard when I grew up eating foods and I know what everything tastes like. And it's also just hard, the convenience, being in college and wanting to go grab a pizza late at night, something like that. Can't do that.
Do you always feel like you have to explain yourself to people? And this is how I feel, drinking, eating, everything is a big part of our lives, just in America and in general.
Yeah.
So it's when everything's centered around food and alcohol and drinking and stuff, is that something that you have to deal with, day in, day out, emotionally and physically and everything like that?
I wouldn't say not so much anymore. I feel I'm at a point where I'm, comfortable with, I'm comfortable, in myself and, where, I understand my boundaries, and I feel my friends and family kind of all understand that as well. It's not really something that I feel hinders me. It is getting to that point now, which I'll go into in a little bit, but throughout college, I really didn't feel that much. Of course, I would be upset when I couldn't eat a bowl of mac and cheese when I wanted to, but I feel it's just part of me, honestly, and it's not something that I really feel hinders me, and I'm used to, always bringing food with me wherever I go, and I basically don't expect other people to cater towards me. I just cater towards myself. So I wouldn't say it's something that really has impacted my life in a negative way from that standpoint. But it is something that I want to be able to take into my future in a way that like I mentioned, I want to go into event planning, but I'd also love to do something in the gluten allergy world, whether that's a food products line. There's so many products that I have a list going on my phone of like products that aren't made gluten-free and like things that I want to make or companies that I want to start. So it's something that I feel like almost has like benefited me because it's given me this other like venture in my life. And just to be able to find something that I really connect with, and who knows where it'll lead me in the future.
So what's so funny is you said event planning. I kind of started thinking, so I haven't really told anyone. I've only told my inner circle about this, but whatever, we'll tell more people. So March 26th of 2026 is my 6-year anniversary from my first seizure. Okay. I want to have this party to make people feel comfortable with what they're going through, and I want to have everyone, different walks of life, what they're going through, at one place. So if you are in some sort of event planning,
I hope I am by then.
I promise you, I will let you run with it, and it's just kind of you're making my dreams.
Oh my gosh, I would love that.
So we'll see what happens.
Okay, stay tuned.
But it may be interesting.
That's so cool.
So how, being as young as you are, like, do you want to bring awareness? Like, what's your why? Like, why does it drive you? Because you know what you've been through in private, or how does that work?
The biggest thing that drives me at this point in my life is, for me, I feel like I struggle with the fact that, and thank God, my symptoms aren't, like, debilitating in a way. Like, I can go through life just fine, and I can go through life learning to live with it, which is what I've done my whole life. And I can, if you look at me, you're not going to think like, you know, she's like, there's something wrong. And so I feel like I've struggled with like even labeling myself as like having like an illness, because I can go to work, I can go out with my friends and do whatever. But I've really been taking the time the last few months to just prioritize my health and just understand that even if you can deal with it, you don't have to. And that's where I'm at right now. I can keep living how I am at 50 or 60%, or I can take the time now and hopefully get to where I'm at 90 or 100% every day. So that's where I want to be. And I think I kind of want to connect with other people that maybe feel the same as well.
Let me ask you about your support system. Have they been a crucial part in how you get through life, how you navigate through hard times? Like, I know when I go to doctors, like, technically I can go by myself, but I go with my parents. Like, how does that play in a part? Like, for example, if someone doesn't have a support system, like, how do they reach out to you? Do you want them to reach out with you? Like, stuff like that.
I think that I would love to be a person like of support. I feel like I'm not at a place yet with myself where I'm still like in the middle of like my journey, and I'm so in a place of like so many questions and just so many unknowns that maybe I'm not at a place yet where I can be exactly that for someone else. I hope that one day I can. Yeah. I mean, my family's been amazing. I moved back home to be with my family. And my mom and my grandma go to all my doctor's appointments.
That's what I'm saying.
It's amazing.
Really important. Yeah.
I mean, I was in Miami by myself and all my friends were there, but it's hard to be on your own when you're dealing with something that's so like individualized.
Like, do you feel like sometimes people don't understand you?
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's not that I think anyone has any like bad intentions or anything, but especially when I made the decision to leave Miami and move back here, I was really like just nervous to tell everyone, because I was like, I think people aren't gonna really understand where I'm coming from. Yep. Whereas like they're gonna be like, but you look fine, like why can't you just stay? And I really struggled with that the last few months, just talking to my friends about it and just kind of like making it a point to understand with myself that like this is something I have to do for myself. But I mean, my friends are amazing and like everyone's understanding now. I think it's just more of a point where like I want to go back to Miami to like be with them, but everyone's been amazing.
Good. Like, I think some of the biggest things is like the unknown is scary for anyone. Yeah. I totally understand what you're going through. Maybe not specifically what you live in and day out, but every day waking up and not knowing what the day holds.
Good day or a bad day.
Yeah, like it's like for me, I'm very thankful that I wake up and don't have a seizure, because I only have seizures in sleep. Okay. But I don't think about the times where I'm in a meeting. Yeah. It's an hour-long meeting, and you don't know when your stomach's going to get affected, and you have to exit. Yeah. So then it's like, you can't plan for it. Yeah. Like, you can't plan very well. No, so it's just really hard. But I'm glad that it doesn't prevent you from doing what you want to do. And so what's, like, something that you're looking forward to, I guess,
post everything? Like, I mean, I'm looking forward to just being able to getting to the root cause of all of this, which is something that we were discussing earlier. It's just so many doctors will give you just a Band-Aid for your solution, and it's like, but why am I having all these symptoms in the first place?
Did they say that there's a cure for yours, or it's
so I don't even know what I have. Like, I can't say like I have this specific diagnosis because I don't know what I have. Still in the process of figuring it out. So I'm at a point where obviously I don't want there to be anything monumental, but I need there to be something, because it's like, it's almost like validating like all the symptoms, especially like when you're struggling and everything, all your tests come back normal. It's like, well, is it just in my head? Like, I don't understand.
I think more people have stomach issues more often than you think. Yeah. I think it's something that we don't talk about very often. Mm-hmm. Or because you can't see it, like epilepsy or whatever, people think you're crazy. Right. Or your exams come back well, and then you're like, but I don't feel good. Right. So then where's the disconnect? I think that's the biggest thing. But it's like, I don't have a cure for mine. 70% of people don't know why they have seizures. Wow. So I can understand where you're like, you want an answer. Yeah. But at the same time, sometimes, like,
scary.
Yeah, like, what if I do know? Like, now there's no, like, oh, I'm wondering. Right, right. Now you're like, oh, no, I have something for the rest of my... So it's hard. But, so what's something that you want to leave with us, and I'll have you back for part 2. Some advice or something that either, like, people who don't know what they're going through, but something's wrong. Yeah. Or something like that, you can give advice to them of, hey, you can reach out to this person or go to your doctor or something like that.
I think the thing that I wish I understood earlier, and that more people maybe do understand, maybe need to understand, is that it's okay to prioritize your health, even if it was unexpected, even if it derails your plans, even if it maybe seems like a really big hurdle. It's okay to just take the time to focus on yourself, and if you're struggling with something, then, you know, you always come first. So that's kind of what I've had to learn recently. And I'm really grateful that I'm at this place where I can understand that, and I want more people to understand that as well.
I think that's really important. I think that's what we all need to hear. Yeah, like, absolutely. I think we all have this plan, and then something happens, and you're like,
what's going on?
What do I do? Because this is what I had planned. Like, have you ever been asked, like, hey, do you have, like, hey, I want to get married by this age. I want to have kids by this age. Da, da, da. Then it's like, okay, I want to have kids. And, like, what's going on? Now I have a health change. Right. Like, what do I do? Like, I think it's not a straight line. Yeah, absolutely. Like, but I'm glad you have a support system, like your mom, grandma, and people around you to help navigate you through changes in life, to be able to help you pivot, because it's scary.
Yeah. So it's just, the unknown is scary, but you have to look at it from the bigger picture, and this is only a small part of your life, and that's kind of how I try to look at it, like one big line, and I'm in this little piece of it right now, so you'll get through it. Yeah.
So, well, thank you. I appreciate all your time. I appreciate it. Again, thank you all for tuning in and listening. I am here to welcome anyone who'd like to speak about their invisible illness, what they struggle with behind closed doors. And again, my name is Lauren Mendelsohn, the host of Our Strength Within.